This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
The first game we'll be playing today on my main gameplay stream right here is called The Dark Pictures Anthology, Man of Medan. And you might say, well, what the hell is a Dark Pictures Anthology? What is Man of Medan? What is this? Well, you may remember a little game that I played many years ago. I want to say it was 2015, because I believe it was. And it was actually the very tail end of the summer as well. It was, I believe, August. And I played a game called Until Dawn. This was a game from a studio called Supermassive Games. And it was very movie-esque and very reminiscent of 1980s slasher film kind of horror, okay? It was about a bunch of kids who were basically in a cabin, and they were having some kind of like a trip, a vacation or whatever, and there was all kinds of relationships between them. Some of them liked each other. There were ex relationships, and some of them were new relationships. So you had all this tension of youth and love and everything, which typically is usually a part of horror-themed movies from the 1980s. And then you had this supernatural theme where there was a killer who was hunting them down, but at the same time there was a supernatural element that apparently there were monsters out in the forest. And it was a really cool plot, and I really enjoyed the game. I didn't know anything about it when I played it, and I just kind of approached it like a 1980s horror flick. And it worked out really well, just my reactionary commentary.
The reactionary content is the worst kind of content. It's that I have nothing to say or do myself. I can't do anything creative or positive for myself. So instead, I take what other people say and do, and then I comment on it. That's not creative content. That's the easiest way out. Live reaction to something is basically you overreacting to get a response from your viewership, and it works because people are gullible.
Ended up being one of the best playthroughs, in my opinion, I think I've ever done. And that was 4 years ago, okay? So, in 4 years, a lot happens. I am now more of a live reactionary streamer than anything else. But the cool thing here is that now I get to share these kind of experiences with you guys live, and I get to see your live reactions and everything. Not to say I didn't do that with Until Dawn, I did. And that was actually one of the few games where it was like a creepy interactive vibe, because I got to see your reactions to things that were going on in the game live as well, okay? So, this is exciting to me, not only because, do I love horror? I do. I love horror games, but Until Dawn was a game that I absolutely really enjoyed years ago, and if they end up coming out with more of this series, and they're all kind of, every few months we get a cool, entertaining, unique experience, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, alright? So let's see today. That's Man of Medan is the first in this series, alright? And we're going to find out how this turns out. Now, from what I'm to understand, the game has multiple endings. And what people are saying is if you want to see kind of both major plot lines of the game, you have to play it twice. Much like Resident Evil, excuse me. Much like Resident Evil, there's like a side A and a side B. So what we're going to do today is going to do the main playthrough, just cold turkey. I don't know what to expect. We're just going to play through the game once and see what happens. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't stop burping all of a sudden. Excuse me. Whew. I didn't even have breakfast or anything today. I don't even know what I'm burping from. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. Now, from what I'm to understand, alright, this game is only 4 hours long. But that's because they want you to play it more than once. They want you to play it at least twice to see all the different scenarios, side A and side B. Now, also, apparently, there's, like, ridiculous amount of endings, but they're determined by how many people survive, and obviously, the more people that survive, the better ending you get. So the goal is to try to save everyone, but I seriously doubt that we're going to be able to save everyone in the first playthrough, not knowing what the hell's going on. Okay? Maybe the second playthrough we'll be able to? Alright, but I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. Now, later tonight, on my late night stream, we've got another horror-themed game. That's right. Now, many of you may not even remember this, but back in the 1990s, the late 1990s, there was a movie that started a craze in the horror movie genre. It was called The Blair Witch Project. Today, we're going to be checking out Blair Witch the Game. And apparently what this is supposed to be is based off of the plot of the Blair Witch lore. You're heading into these woods with your dog, and apparently you're getting hunted by a creature, or whatever it may be. Will there actually be a creature to hunt you, or will it be more like the first Blair Witch movie, where you don't see anything and there's just psychological horror? I have no idea. I don't know what to expect with this game. We saw it at E3 for the first time, and it seems intriguing. I don't know how long the game's going to be, but that's going to be my late stream tonight. Now, here's the cool thing. Later tonight, once it gets dark outside, I'm going to turn off the lights in my office. I'm just going to have one little light on.
I'm a mature adult, and I'm not a children's entertainer.
And I'm going to play it in the dark. And I'm going to have my door open, so if Jasper, my cat, wants to come in and join us, he can. And it would be pretty funny if, like, we're playing it, and all of a sudden Jasper, like, does something to scare the shit out of all of us. That element of surprise could be there, okay?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blair Witch. As you can see, I'm in the dark. People wanted me to play this game in the dark, so here I am in the dark playing Blair Witch tonight. It is the premiere day. The game just came out. Playing it on Xbox One, FYI. I got it under Game Pass. Pretty cool. I'm playing in the dark, although I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see me on this webcam. People were like, oh, make it darker. So I did, and now you guys probably can't even see me.
First of all, the Rageathon yesterday. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who attended it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did not check out the Rageathon, if you weren't available to be here, you missed out on some good stuff. You missed out on some not so good stuff. I always knew this was going to happen whenever we do a marathon like this with a variety of games. Typically, some are great and some aren't so great. The Rageathon was good. It was successful, by the way. I want to say thanks to everyone who attended, anyone who contributed. It was really well received.
I like how you're laughing, too.
Well, it's funny.
Out of all the games I played, there's high potential that I will be going back someday to both Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind as a chill stream and as Ninja Gaiden Black as an actual playthrough, alright? So I'm not writing those off. I own the games, and I would definitely consider going back to play them again in the future, just not right now. With all the new releases and everything we're handling, there's no way that I can get to those now, but there's potential I will eventually play those in the future, okay?
Sound good?
By far, tipping me today helps me more than anything, for more than a couple of reasons. First of all, tipping me allows me to afford all the upcoming new releases. There's a lot of new releases coming up in the month of September, and so when you tip me, those are funds that I can put straight towards that. Number two, tipping me gives me those funds right away to do whatever I need to do. And being very honest with all of you, there's a bill coming up that I was supposed to pay by the end of the month. It's looking like I'm not going to be able to afford it unless I raise a significant amount of money in the next 2 days. So it's just going to have to wait. I don't know what else to do about it. And then in early September, a ton of my bills come due. All my major bills, including my mortgage and everything, come due in early in the month, like the first week. So any tips that you guys give me during the streams go straight towards that stuff. And that's why tipping helps me more than anything.
Please. Ayúdame, por favor. Es muy importante.
A concerned African-American, actually I screwed that up, it's Afro-American man, who tipped me $1.95 saying that I titled my stream saying that I'm spooked, but that word used in a different version is a racial term that's very offensive to African-Americans. To which I say, that's nice, I understand your concern. However, you understand I'm not using the term like that, and just because it might be a variation that is something offensive doesn't mean that I'm using it in an offensive manner. And essentially what I'm telling you is stop letting language have control over your life. I'm certainly not saying that words aren't offensive and don't have power. They do. But when you take a term that's not even the offensive term and say because it might be close to it, it's offensive, you're giving context to a word in a negative way, and you're giving that word power. So you're basically being afraid of a fucking word, right, is making it worse than it needs to be. How about you just say, oh, okay, well, I understand that word's offensive if used in a certain way. It's not being used that way, so good. You know? That's ridiculous. Saying the word, spooky is a word that's always been used when it comes to horror or scary things. Time to grow up and stop giving words power when they don't deserve it. How about that? Let's continue. Philly Buckeye did a 50-bit cheer. He says you should wear a Jasper costume and give Jasper a goatee. Oh my god. And Philly Buckeye would have been the top cheerer, but someone else cheered more than that, so. Let's continue on. Gaming Tycoon tipped me $2 and says, so you aren't playing Greedfall because of their track record, which is understandable, but what makes you drawn towards Blair Witch? It's the same shitheads that put out Layers of Fear 2, which was trash. Well, a couple reasons. The first is because Blair Witch at least has a tie-in to another franchise, alright? It has a tie-in to a plot from something else, unlike Layers of Fear 2, which had ties to nothing and was an original concept that fell flat on its face because it had no ending, okay? At the very least, we can get some chills being in a forest, isolated, wondering if something is stalking us. That's kind of a creepy premise, in my opinion. Now, you're absolutely right. The game may fall flat on its fucking face. You're right, Gaming Tycoon. However, thank goodness for Microsoft Game Pass. because I didn't have to buy the game. Unlike Layers of Fear 2, which I paid like $30 for earlier this year and was so pissed because the ending was complete dog shit. With Blair Witch, I paid nothing. A fan donated 3 months of Game Pass to me, which allows me to now play the game in its entirety and 0 risk. That's why I'm playing Blair Witch. So there you go. Now, in regards to Greedfall, yeah, I don't know if I want to play it. Some people are saying it's great. Some people are saying, you know, they're skeptical. That's a game that it's basically a wait-and-see attitude for me. I'm not 100% saying I'm 0 interest and I don't want to play it at all, but I'd rather wait and see. I'd rather have other people play it first, see if it's good, and if they tell me it's good, then I'll consider playing it in September, and that's the approach I'm taking, okay? So hopefully you feel this is a legitimate justification for my choices, at least at this point, alright? Wings and DsP collab tipped me $1. He says, yo, Big Pimp, can I get it unbanned? No.
Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic.
Alright, I gotta tell you guys, this is one of the most hilarious things ever, alright? So this guy, Wings and DsP collab, was basically saying things constantly about Wings of Redemption, and he was violating stream rules and stuff. He got banned. Yesterday, he messages me. He sends me an email, and he says, Phil, I'm really sorry that I mentioned Wings so much in your stream chat. Can you please unban me? I swear that I'll never talk about Wings again. By the way, my name on Twitch is Wings and DsP collab. Oh my god.
Lol.
I'm never gonna mention Wings again, but Wings is in my fucking Twitch name. Anyway, I'm not even gonna comment. We're just gonna move on. Activist tipped me $1. He says, why do you have a pre-stream picture with you having dreads? You're not black or Rastafarian. Stay in your own lane, Fredo. Well, it's because, as you guys may not realize this, but I am a cultural appropriator. What I do is I absorb
Bunnies.
all of the important things about other cultures, and I claim them for my own, so that I can further promote myself, you know, everywhere on the planet. So, you know, one day I may be Rastafarian, the next day I'm Chinese, you know, that's what I do. I'm a full-on, 100% cultural appropriator. I like to call myself the culture chameleon. Every day I can be something different, and I steal all of your ideas and your cultural stereotypes for my own personal gain. I'm just a horrendous human, and I deserve absolutely nothing good. I'm just a terrible person, and this is what I do, okay? As you know, every day I'm doing something different on my streams to culturally appropriate.
So, there you go. You've exposed me for who I am, and now I'm sure that I'm going to fade into obscurity for being a sick person.
Continuing on. My barber has Parkinson's. What is going on? My barber has Parkinson's. Tip me $1 and says, he gave me a scratch and sniff goatee that smells like bacon and pennies.
Oh.
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck? This is going to be an interesting day. We're already off to an interesting start. I don't know what the fuck is happening. M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. Actually, his name is M. Night Shyamalan, but I said Shyamalama Ding Dong. Tip me $1 and says, plot twist, the real horror is watching you wither away before our eyes. That's right. In reality, every day that you're on my streams and you watch me stream is another day that you're watching me die. It's true. Because every day we're one day closer to death. And I've been creating content for the internet for 11 years, and I've been doing these daily live streams with webcam for 2.5. So every single day that you're here, you're seeing me die a little bit more. And one day I won't be here anymore.
Disturbing and disgusting.
And that's the true horror, is our own mortality. Okay. Thanks for the $1 tip.
Like, I know I'm an adult. I'm not a 2-year-old. Devour.
Dolan Dark cheered. He says, why did you get mad about someone calling you a clown? For me, there were moments when you acted like one. Don't deny it. Who got mad? When did I get mad? What are you talking about? I was describing the tools of my craft. I forgot to also mention, the bottle of seltzer water that I squirt. I also forgot to mention, when I say, boys and girls, let's see. What else did I forgot to mention the banana cream pie that I throw around and the big spinning bow tie that I wear on my neck. I forgot about all that. Actually, I'm not offended. I'm not offended. I gotta keep, the confetti that I throw, right? The banana peel that I slip on. We can keep going all day if you guys want me to. Okay, let's continue.
Who? What the fuck? Like, huh?
Clown mode is the new Fredo. Tipped me $1 and said, woo-hoo-hoo, shucks and tarnations, folks. That's right.
As you know, I am an avid actress who is always trying to make money. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. By eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.